we up to today? Well, I've been handed this little thing to modify. I'm not entirely sure what this does, but I know it's got a battery and it deals with audio, and it's designed to fit inside some sort of a headset. I'm going to guess it's a Bluetooth module of some kind, but I don't really need to know exactly what it is to do what's been asked of this. The problem is that the balance is incorrect. For the way it needs to be configured, the left and the right channels need to be swapped. So the idea of what I'm going to do today is trying to get into this little box, open it up, and at least flip the wiring around in there. Hopefully that's possible. I can't imagine that it won't be. So let's get into this thing. So I have my surgical tool here, and I'm going to try a bit of an exploratory probe around here. It looks to be glued together. So if I can get a nice little gap in here, let's bring our camera around so you can see what I'm doing. Let's try and get in this gap and just try and pry it open a little bit. Hopefully I can do this without damaging any of the ports. If we're lucky. It doesn't seem to have actually been glued, it's just, oh, there is a little bit of glue on that side, but it's only just soft glue. So we should be able to pop that layer off. There's our buttons, there's our cables, there's our incy-wincy little lithium battery in here. Here we go. Alright, now here's our battery on just by standard leads. Oh, it's on a couple of straps. Okay, so there's our headphone leads with a little strain relief knot in them. They should be easy enough to flip. This could be a quick video if it turns out to be that easy. Let's change my angle because I wasn't quite watching. So let's have a look here. So we have, looks like left plus, left minus, right plus, right minus. Alright, this could almost be a job for the microscope to do, to film this one. So we'll see how we go here. Alright, so we've got it set up on the microscope here, and let's hit our record button wherever that is. That looks like that's our record button. Alright, so what we should be looking on the screen now is the left hand side here. We've got our plus and our minus, and these are actually coated wires. These are very like giant versions of what they use in hearing aid wiring. It's that enameled wire. You've got to be really careful in how you treat that. So I have my soldering iron warming up, and I better bring some area over here. I need to bring some ventilation. Let's go fan out, and I'll bet you it's going to make a horrible noise while we do this, so we'd better be quick about this. Let's adjust my fan so it's not colliding. Maybe that's what I'll do during the second lockdown here, is clean up this fan. So I'm sorry if it's horrible noise, guys. I'm going to tin my iron up a little bit here, and we'll just lift these ones off. So that's our left side. Now our red was down below. Let's take our right side here. We'll come up here. We'll lift this one off, and we're going to drop you straight back onto that pin there. Alright, did that one probably out of frame of the microscope, but we'll probably just have to deal with that. Let's chuck our right hand channel back on here, and chuck our right hand plus back on, and I want to chuck a little bit of flux on them because they're a bit cold, and I'm using flux core solder for this. Alright, I could probably end up with better solder joins than this, but now I'm looking through the microscope. That's much easier to see what I'm doing. That's a little bit better, but still oxidizing a bit, but it should still hold just fine. Alright, I think that's really all that needed to be done. So yep, I've got, now the left hand channel is now attached to what used to be the right hand, and the right hand channel is attached to what used to be the left hand. Now I just want to have a careful look here and make sure that I haven't overheated the wire and these strands haven't fused together, because once they do that, the enameling melts off and they become conductive. Like with these things, you generally don't strip that off. Let's turn that stupid outlet fan off. Yeah, with this stuff, you generally don't strip that coating off. You just dump it in the solder and it melts away. But it does mean the heat that travels up through all of this can cause damage to that. So yeah, I think in this, I probably don't need to stick that little thing down. I want to put some double-sided tape in there, but I think that could take up a lot of space. So I'm going to put the tiniest little bit of blue tack in here, just to hold that battery down, just so it doesn't accidentally contact stuff when I reassemble. Alright, so I think, yeah, we can see our battery there. Everything else looks good. Alright, let's turn our microscope off. Okay, and we'll take this out of the way and peel the big blob of blue tack off the back gently, so we're not pulling anything off. And we're going to just ball it up here and pick off the bits of blue tack that are stuck in between the components there, just gently. Okay, I think that's done, and I do see that there is a little antenna here and a little timing crystal, and this chip, which I'm going to hook under the microscope, that you can't see probably. It does look like a Bluetooth module, and it's a 24 megahertz crystal. Alright, we'll get rid of our microscope for now. Alright, let's reassemble this, and I might actually be able to get most of this in a single cut if we're really lucky. So where are we? So this goes on that side with these locator pins. Where are we? This goes on this side with locator pins. Where are we? Oh, there, the battery terminals are in the way slightly, but we'll push them back. Come on down on that pin. There we go. This lines up with the switches. Now we need to make sure that our strain relief knots are not interfering either. So that can go under the board, I believe, is how that's meant to be. Same as that one. And this is a strain relief molding that can go in the slot as well. And my fingernails, I trimmed them, so we need to use my fake fingernail. That should go in nicely. This should, with luck, all go together. Alright. Now, the bloke that dropped this into me, I'm pretty sure he's a follower on my channel as well, so I think one of these puts it into pairing mode. It was flashing earlier when I did stuff. I'd like to see it flash again to make sure I haven't shorted anything out. But I have no idea what any of these... Oh, there we go. Oh, and it made a sound. No, I can't hear what it is. Anyway, that is good. It's flashing, which means I haven't disconnected the battery or destroyed it or shorted it out, which is a bit of a risk. And it looks like pushing and holding turns that off. So, we're all done. We're all happy. We'll see you all in the next one.